Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, for this video, I'd like to review a Blu-ray that I watched just last night, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed. Now, it's a movie from 2013, and that movie is called Cottage Country. Now, before I say anything more about the movie, the story, I'll just give me thoughts on it. I'll just give you a little bit of background on the movie itself. Yeah. All right then. So, Cottage Country is a 2013 Canadian horror comedy. It was directed by Peter Wellington, and it stars Tyler Labine and Malin Ackerman. They're the two main protagonists in the movie. Now, basically, the story's about this young engaged couple, Todd and Cammy, who travel out to Todd's family cottage in the wilderness, where he plans to propose to Cammy on a nearby island. However, things start to go wrong when his rather irksome brother, Salinger, turns up, along with his free-spirited girlfriend Masha. Now, after a heated argument, Todd accidentally kills his brother with an axe. He basically virtually severs his head, in the forest and that. So then he's shocked at first that when he goes in and he confesses to Cammy, what he's done and that. Now at first, Cammy, obviously she's shocked in that, and taken aback. But then, probably out of sheer blind love for Todd, she sort of like melts and she basically goes along with it, and that's, sort of like kind of act of complicity, really. And then she even suggests, going the whole hog and killing what's her name's girl, Salinger's girl, Masha. Yeah, and that's when all hell breaks loose. But I'll leave it at there, guys. I don't want to divulge any more of this brilliant horror comedy. In case you haven't seen it, I wouldn't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Cottage Country. It's one of the best horror comedy movies I've seen in a long time. I'll just show you the back there, guys. There's what's the name there? There's the girl, Cammy, looking very menacing there with a shovel. And there's more stills. There's Todd there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. And there's the scene where he sort of like virtually decapitates his irksome brother. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic horror comedy, this, guys. Yeah, I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised, because I wasn't really expecting great things from this movie, having watched a lot of turkeys recently and that, and it really, the title itself, Cottage Country, doesn't really suggest that it's a kind of a horror, a horror really, so I was really surprised, it was basically a blind buy. I just spotted it on Amazon Germany, and I thought to myself, I'll try that out, and I love that cover, guys. Yeah, they're the two main oddballs, the protagonists. Yeah, so many memorable scenes in this movie, guys. I mean, like when after Todd's killed his brother. You've got a scene there that's highly reminiscent of American Werewolf in London, where the guy's mate comes back in that, and each time he comes back, he's like a rotted corpse. You see more or less the same thing in this. And it's very funny as well, because like the party, all people all suddenly turn up at the party, at the cottage and that, thereby interrupting the peace again. His dead brother's friends, they all turn up at the party. And he pops up all of a sudden. His dead brother, like, he's all rotted away in that, and he starts saying rather naughty things about like going after ladies and that, oh yeah, missus and that, and it's just hilarious and that, they just pops up like out of the blue and just goes like that. Oh yeah, oh, it was very funny, guys, and that, and they're all looking at him as if he's got a screw loose, like if they can't see his dead brother's materialization and that, yeah. And then again, his dead brother appears again in one of the rooms and that, and he's talking away to him and that. It's a very, very reminiscent of the scene in American Werewolf in London, where the guy comes back, he's all rotted away and that, and then as I say, he comes again, he appears again. Apparently, you don't know if it's a real ghost or it's in his mind, but it seems to suggest that it's in Todd's mind and that, because his girl comes in and actually looks at him, she doesn't see the dead fella there, the dead brother, and that she looks at him, he's lost his marbles. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you'll enjoy this one, guys. If you like a good quirky horror comedy, I think you will enjoy Cottage Country. I certainly did, and that, yeah, it's a great little movie. Another good thing I liked about it, guys, the actors didn't mumble a word. You could hear everything what they said clearly. A lot of these modern movies, the actors mumble a word. Go woo 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 woo, and I say to me, well, what did they just say? But oh yeah, well spoken and that. You could really hear what they were saying. And then I like the part of the scene at the party where the dead brother, one of his friends, and that he starts sort of like grilling the girl and that, about his whereabouts and that. He reminds you of like a modern day amateur Columbo, because he asks all these probing questions and that. What time did you do this? What time did you do that? And all that. And he's really trying to get to the bottom of the disappearance of the brother and that. And oh yeah, it's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. And that, I'll tell you what, guys, it's got some pretty vicious kills and that. It's quite bloody. It doesn't pull any punches with the kills and that. So that's another good thing about it, and that made it very enjoyable. Yeah, they got the balance right in this. The balance. I often talk about horror comedies. You've got to get the balance right, and boy, they certainly got the balance right in Cottage Country, guys. Yeah, it wasn't too silly. There was comedy in it, but of course the horror, they got the horror counterbalance spot on, so that's always a good thing for me when I watch a horror comedy. I've cited examples like Abbott and Costello, Meet Frankenstein, American Werewolf in London, where they got the horror and comedy spot on, and he certainly got it spot on in this, guys. Yeah. So as I say, if you like a good quirky horror comedy, I think you will enjoy Cottage Country. Yeah. And also, guys, as well as the two main protagonists in that, right pair of oddballs they were. You've got an equally quirky supporting cast. The people at the party and that. And also Todd's parents. They were quite cuckoo. That yeah. But I won't give away too much about it. I'll let you see the movie yourselves and that. But I highly recommend it, guys. If you, as I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that I was pleasantly surprised with it, and that. Oh, and the Blu-ray, the colour is absolutely pristine. Oh, it's a beautiful looking Blu-ray. Oh yeah, no dark scenes and that. That's another aspect of a lot of modern horror movies that are low dark scenes. No dark scenes in this, guys. The colour was absolutely lovely. It really was. Yeah, and it had great pacing and a couple of jaw-dropping twists along the way. Let me tell you. Yeah, but I don't want to divulge anymore about the story as a whole, but yeah, thoroughly entertaining. It kept me entertained and gripped and amused in equal measure from start to finish. And yeah, it was very enjoyable in that. The characters and that, good cast and that, good solid cast, good chemistry between these two on screen and that. Yeah. Oh yeah, the killings and that. Really jaw dropping and that. And yeah, all in all, like a thoroughly enjoyable movie, Cottage Country. So as I say, if you like these sorts of movies, horror comedies with quirky characters and a good story, and you kept wondering what was going to happen next and that, because you wondered if the police were going to come all of a sudden and start asking questions and that, about the whereabouts of Todd's brother and that. Oh yeah, the way he kills him with the axe and that, he's sort of like they're just pushing each other around and that. It starts getting a bit more sort of like heavy, and all of a sudden he just kills him with the axe and that, and of course he panics and that, and oh yeah, the story just goes, it just takes a very, very dark twist from there on, guys. Yeah. I suppose I would describe Cottage Country as a kind of a rather dark romance and that, because the couple are going to he's going to propose to her on the island and that, but once his brother turns up and that, things just get thrown up in the air, basically. Yeah. As I say, guys, yeah, I highly recommend this one, Cottage Country, and it will definitely be keeping it in my collection, because it's got a good rewatchability factor. Yeah. All right then, guys, on to a rating now for Cottage Country. I've got no hesitation whatsoever. I'm going to give this one a full 10 out of 10. Because that's how much I enjoyed Cottage Country. It's a great little movie. I haven't heard too many people speaking about this. And you can get it quite cheap as well on Amazon Germany, if you want the Blu-ray and that. I do know it's available on DVD, but the Blu-ray, you want to get the Blu-ray because the picture quality, as I said, is absolutely pristine. And these two in the role of the courting couple and that. Yeah, and they're right oddballs, real screwballs they are, and oh yeah, so many memorable scenes in this and that, so many quirky characters. And it just got everything right. It had all the ingredients of a good horror comedy. And if anybody was to say to me, can you recommend a good horror comedy that you've recently watched, I would straight away say get yourself a copy of this, Cottage Country. It's a great movie. Yeah, as I say, I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting too much when I went into it, because I must admit, when it starts, you think it's going to be another one of these stupid ones and that, but then it doesn't take long, guys, for the story to, to pick up speed and that, and just like on a roller coaster ride, then, or what these two get up to, in the cottage and that, and then when the party, when all the people arrive at the party and that, oh, it's great, yeah, it really is, yeah, I really, I've got no complaints at all about this movie. Good, strong story. They got the balance right between the comedy and the horror. And yeah, all in all, yeah, I would highly recommend Cottage Country. All right then, guys, that concludes my review of the 2013 Canadian horror comedy Cottage Country. Have you seen Cottage Country? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be very interested to hear, what you thought of it. Oh, I loved it, guys. Yeah, and it's always nice, you go into a horror comedy movie, not really expecting much, and coming out really feeling, really feeling pleased and that, and you've had a good time and that, you've had a good roller coaster ride, which is exactly what Cottage Country provided, guys. Yeah, it's a great little movie. Yeah. All right then, guys, that's it. The usual. If you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comments, and yeah, all going well. I'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.